Hey there. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome into March 29th. Whenever you may see this. March 28th, when I'm recording this, is my mama's birthday. So wherever you are, Mary T, happy birthday to you. In honor of the shift into the Mars energy and the Mars conjunct North Node in Gemini. Yes, in Gemini. My North Node is in Gemini, and so that means I'm getting a lot of really good ideas. Mars, take action, right? So going to be doing some different kinds of videos. I'm going to be doing some like informational, frequently asked question videos. I've been doing my classes on this channel for over a year now, and I have a pretty good sense of what you guys have been saying to me about information that you really want to see. So I'm going to be putting out a series. I don't know how long it's going to go. It could go forever. It could just go for a little while. Frequently asked questions are in the astrology classes, in the spiritual classes, understanding your psychic abilities, understanding your purpose on this planet. So watch for those. Okay, those are videos that I'm going to start sharing, and you might want to check those out. I'm also going to do a video about your past lives, and we are doing a past life regression series in April. So if you want to check that out, I love the past life regression series because essentially it's a regression. It's two sessions of meditation and then one session of kind of a mixed educational and regression session. And one of the reasons I love this past life stuff is that, Akashic records and past life regression is because it answers so many damn questions about what is going on for me right now, right? There's a purpose to all of this. It's not just like, woo, I was Cleopatra. It's the past lives that are shown to you and what you're getting in your Akashic records readings are a lot about what is blocking you right now. And if you feel like you have this situation of like, why can't I make money? Or why is love so hard for me? Or why is this twin flame thing in my face? Past lives can clear that up because that's your intention. That's your what's right in front of you. So when you go and you do your intention for the past lives, it shows you lives that give you some indication of what the thing is that's blocking you. So I think those are really important because not only do I want to, my mandate is about, is teaching really, is about sharing information, Gemini North Node, but now it's more, it's about helping you remember who you are and also helping people to work with this energy of like, okay, great, I'm like a Virgo moon. What in the hell do I do with that, right? I just feel like, because it's incumbent upon you to do the work, but up until now, I've been showing you the path to figure that out. But now let's show you the path to figure out how to work with it. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be doing on the channel. I'm very excited about this. I feel reinvigorated and all that. So you're going to see tarot readings intermingled with these other kinds of experiences. So I hope that's something you like. If you have something that you want to know about, how do I find this in my astrology? How do I find this in my birth chart? What's the difference between progressed signs and transits? Like whatever, drop a comment, okay? Because I want to know. All right, underneath is entanglement. Oh, for sure. Validation. Okay, I'm just going to say this. Libra full moon. If you have been feeling a relationship was out of balance, difficult in any way, were you overgiving? Were you taking? Were you, what was going on in this relationship? I feel like you're going to get a sense of validation. Like, you might proceed as if, and then something comes along that's like, oh, wow, was I right about that? Okay. All right. So that's what's going to be going on. Present. Oh, I like this. I like this energy a lot. Where am I going to put that? Right there. I'll move you over. That just makes me feel like very peaceful. Okay. So I feel like something's coming up here that you might have been struggling with almost like unwittingly for a long time. Okay. Almost like, I didn't really know it was a problem until I realized how difficult it was for me. So, for some reason I'm getting this idea of like stress positions and things like that. Like if you're sitting in a way at your desk at work, or if you're sleeping in a way that at first it doesn't seem so bad, like when you sleep on a plane, at first it doesn't seem so bad. It's like, oh, well, this is a comfortable chair for the most part. And I'm just gonna, snuggle right in. But then after a while, it's like, oh, you feel the stress of it and tension of it, especially when you're laying in your own bed and you're like, wow, or a comfortable bed. If your bed's not comfortable, a comfortable bed, and you're like, oh. So sometimes when I'm having trouble sleeping in my own bed, I imagine what it was like to sleep on that train or that plane or that boat or something like that. I remember the uncomfortable nature of that, and this seems like heaven. So I feel like that's what's going to be shown to you, is a little bit of like, you didn't even really know how stressed or uncomfortable you were until this validation came along. All right. Wow. Chariot. This is the mythic deck. This is a vintage. Let me just say that again. Vintage mythic deck. Okay. I love this deck. I recently found it again. I had a deck like the mythic deck get all destroyed in a move, and I was so sad about that, but I found this recently and I love it. Emperor. I'll talk more about my decks if you want me to. I don't know. A lot of you are tarot, so like you get it. You love, holy crap. Emperor, Empress. Okay, let me just shut up for a second here. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, learning new things. Wow. 5 of Cups. Judgment. Oh my goodness. The Sun. Wow. Moon. Star. Healing. All right, so these are 2 healing cards right next to each other. The Star and the 4 of Swords. And I feel like it's likely that if you were in a relationship that was out of balance, there may have been some kind of toxic nature. Emperor and then the 5 of Cups. Like, this reminds me of a push me, pull you kind of relationship. Someone's controlling, and then, they may leave, and then the other person is just bereft, okay? Or there might be this situation where someone's controlling and I'm going to leave you because you're so controlling. There's manipulation there, okay? Let's ponder this, not double negative. Let's ponder this for a second. Emperor, Empress. So this is an important relationship. This is somebody who is in your life or is coming into your life, and I feel like there's a need to learn something new, a need to determine what makes you happy in relationships. So, if you have been doing relationships a certain way for a long time, it seems normal to you to do them the same way again. All right. But I'm feeling like there's something that wants to come in, judgment, new information coming, surfacing from the depths of you that is like, oh, you know what? That's not what I want to do. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Every time I do this thing that to me is quote unquote normal, every time I do that, I get stomped on, or I get left. So this could be a people pleasing thing. Every time I give and give and give some more, and then they take and take and take some more, and then they break my heart, right? Whatever pattern this has been for you, I am feeling like giving and taking is needing to be balanced, because we are in that Libra full moon energy of the give and take, right? The opposite energy, Libra, is Aries. So Aries is right here and Libra is right here. Okay, Libra and Taurus, but Libra is here and Aries is here. So there's this opposite, this polarity, this divine feminine, divine masculine energy here. And then the card underneath, it's like trying to pull these horses together, trying to have them be in alignment. And I think that's the overarching idea of, okay, I saw something that was out of alignment, and so I walked away from it. And yet other people are like, that looked pretty normal to me. Why did you walk away from that? Right? Like, there's that situation of doing that. And I feel like you're going to get validated because what's going to be happening is this is going to be an incredibly healing moment to walk away from something that everybody, remember what I was saying about, like, you drive through a neighborhood and you see houses and you're like, oh, they're getting divorced, right? Or, oh, they look super happy. Sometimes in relationships, sometimes I think as our intuition gets better and better, we're going to realize that the face we put on relationships, that other people see as normal, or that seemed fine, or I don't understand, it wasn't triggering their very sensitive, awareness that a relationship was in trouble or rocky or problematic, because it wasn't dramatically so, or it wasn't like so like right out there. But now that we're getting more and more authentically open and aware of our own psychic abilities around other people, we're seeing it more. Even though it looks kind of normal, it's like, no, that's not. Like, when people this is my favorite example of this, and not everybody that does this is in trouble, but it has in my own experience, I'll just use my own group of people that are on my Facebook page. Whenever there's a lot of like normal, like, okay, just regular conversation, all of a sudden there's this like burst of lovey energy. You're just the soul and the moon to me. You're, all of these like public expressions of love, public expressions, and they're really loud and they're really awkward. Well, awkward, maybe not. But if it's out of this person's, sort of regular way of communicating, you're like, that's not true. Okay. You just are like, and as we get more and more sensitive, it's going to take less and less for us to see this in other people. Okay. And as we progress in, moving from one level of consciousness to the next, it takes less and less for us to be like, yeah, that relationship isn't going to work for me. It takes less and less. It needs to be more and more in alignment. Okay. So relationships that were fine, were okay. Now there seems like there's not that much, if it's out of alignment in certain ways that are on your path, okay, that are part of what you're here to learn, and they're out of alignment within just that piece. Okay, let's say a lot of it is fine. Let's say, you guys have a lot in common and you guys make each other laugh and there's, funny, it's cool, right? Like 80% of the relationship is good. The more we progress in our ascension, the more that 20% gets loud. Okay? And that is why this kind of thing of like, oh, holy shit, I gotta go. So I think you are doing that, or you're going to be doing that, and it's gonna like liberate you. It's gonna feel like you're not sleeping in that yucky seat anymore on the airplane. It's gonna seem like you're in a luxury suite, because you're like, oh, I did not realize that piece of the relationship being out of alignment mattered as much as it did. Okay. And I'm not saying that everybody is going to be like perfectly in alignment with you, but I do feel like there's some part of the ascension journey that's going to require certain parts of relationships to be in alignment for them to continue. Okay. And you can be friends with people who are very different from you. That's not really what I'm saying to you. It's not about homogeneity. Woo! Where'd that word come from? It's not about being homogeneous. Okay. It is about being aligned in a spiritual way, in a mission kind of way, in a, because I have definitely seen that in my journey, the people who are most in alignment with me right now are in a lot of ways the most different from me, the most different from my upbringing, the most different from my experience, my educational experience, the most different. And that person may be in alignment with me for just a few months and then fall out of alignment with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting. What does alignment mean? Okay. And I feel like your soul is saying to you, well, in terms of this piece of your journey, this part of alignment is what's necessary for a relationship to continue on this on the trajectory of moving forward. So that's why you're seeing some relationships that you're like, I don't know why this is, I just am not like total, I'm not there. I'm just not there, right? You could be feeling that. So I don't really think it's about trashing stuff or anything like that. I think there is some fear though. And I also think there is some stuff coming up in in that full moon, that Libra full moon that we're in today as I'm doing this reading, that is going to be healing because you're stepping into this more authentic piece. All right. And it just seems to me that it's like you're living sun, moon, and star. You're sort of living this alignment. Sun, moon, and star. That's pretty big. I mean, that's after the tower happens. The next thing that happens is the star, and then the moon, and then the sun. Okay, so it's like the card in the middle here is just the awakening of, oh, next level. I need to be in alignment in these particular ways for this relationship to continue. And part of this is about learning new things. So those old relationships may or may not align. So clarify the Page of Pentacles for me. Yeah, Five of Swords, Three of Wands, Emperor, Ace of Wands. So I feel like you might be turning your back on anybody who is manipulative in any way, shape, or form. I feel like this Mars energy is taking action. If someone is, like if your lesson right now is to be about independence, then there may be a break in a committed relationship. If your lesson is about learning things that are, coming from the depths, and you might want to just spend a lot of time alone. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of different things to learn. Clarify the Judgment card for me. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Wow. All right. So this just jumped out, Raising Consciousness, which this is my deck. This is Souls on Fire deck, and Raising Consciousness is it's like clarifying the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Wands. It's like the same thing. It's the moment in time when you are aware of new information being channeled through you, or being aware of okay, I'm moving from being a novice to now being a master. Oh, wait a second, I got new information that's going to send me off in this other direction. Okay, I'm going to follow that. So there can be relationships that kind of close down. And I do feel like you might not have, when you first did this, you might not have known why, but you're going to know why. All right, you're going to know why. It's going to be like, oh, all right, I'm going to get it. And I do see that there are some endings here. Ten of Swords, Four of Cups, Page of Wands. This person may, I see Sag energy, I see a lot here. Sag, Aries, Leo. Okay, so fire signs. I see Cancerian energy. I see Libra and Taurus. I see Aquarius here. I see Pisces. I see a ton here. I feel like the key is, in this instance, you see the Temperance card. Temperance card is all about balance, right? And in this way, I think this is an interesting choice that I didn't get Libra. I got Sagittarius. So honestly, what this is about is an alchemical, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, maybe more of this, maybe less of that. There's not this, the Libra energy is more like right and wrong, black and white, gray, there is no real gray area there. The Sagittarian energy is a little more gray area. It's a little more, like awareness and open-mindedness about how I behave in relationships, or how I'm being in the world. And I'm really done with something that's inauthentic. Done. Not doing it. And then it's about like, okay, well, what is authenticity to me? And what does that mean to me? And kind of swimming around in that. And that's what I feel like this Star and Four of Swords is going to be for you, which is getting you to the next place, the next level of consciousness. Okay. So I am going to, there's a lot here. Like I said, Aries, Leo, Sag. I see Taurus and Libra. I see Cancer. I see Aquarius and Pisces. If you're any of those signs, I'm going to pull just a couple cards around those signs in the extended and see where we go here. Let's see how we move down the road with this reading. Okay. So if you want to continue on with me, if this has resonated for you, link is below. If you're on Patreon, the rest of the reading starts right now.